How you doing, John?
Hey, what's happening, mate?
Good to hear from you, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to touch on quite a few subjects, but I wanted to talk to you first of all about the new Bloodclot record.
I hope that's what.
Listen, we couldn't believe it when we heard the lineup for this record. It's crazy. You've got some mental members in this band. Can you just tell us a little bit about how you guys got together and a little bit about the songwriting process for this record?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, me and Todd were in a band with Mackie back in '89.
Right.
And, we opened up for the Chili Peppers on the Mother's Milk thing, and things just, everybody did their own thing, but we always kept it in mind. We wanted to work on a project together again. And Todd, I mean, he was playing in Agnostic Front at 12 years old back in the 80s, and he's friends with the Bad Brain. I mean, we ran in the same circles, and I think it was like about 2 years ago, we were doing a CroMags show, and our guitar player AJ had a family emergency, and he couldn't do the show, and we didn't want to cancel. So I called up Todd, and I was like, "Hey, man, do you know Age of Quarrel?" And he was like, "I know every note." And basically flew in without even a single rehearsal. Went through the set in the backstage with Craig. And went out and killed it. And then he's like, we were hanging out and at the hotel and everything, and he's like, "Hey, I got these songs," and sent me what he had when he got home. And I just, when music hits you and the inspiration hits you, it's like, I immediately started writing lyrics for it. And and then I was going out to LA. I had an Ironman to do out there in San Diego, and I got injured like 2 weeks out from the race. Like I had a calf injury, so I tested it in LA, and then it was like I couldn't do the race.
Right.
I was in LA, and rather than just getting a bit fucking, feeling fucked up and whatever, I called up Todd. I was like, "Hey, I'm not going to do the race. I'm in LA for this whole time. Can you book some studio time and we'll get in there and track these songs?" And he called up NRG, and they gave us like free time. The engineer worked with us, and we tracked 5-song demo, and then we started sending it around, and people were like, holy shit, like, we ended up, going with Metal Blade, and, then, we had somebody just play on the demo, and Todd played bass and guitar, and then, we sent the thing to Joey Castillo, and he was like, holy fucking shit, I'm in. And then, the last piece of the puzzle was Nick,
Right. So have you actually jammed together as a band for a long time, or is it mainly you and Todd?
We did the record, and then we did one show like called Festival of the Riff, and it was like nobody even knew our music. It was a 2-day festival with Nails and all these bands, and fucking nobody even knew the music. Were familiar with the music, but when we played, there was fucking people were just fucking losing their shit. So, we did play one show together.
Right.
And we have a U.S. tour coming up July 14th when the record comes out with Negative Approach. And then we finish in the West Coast leg of that tour with Nails. So it's Nails, Negative Approach, Bloodclot, and then a couple of local openers before us. So,
oh, man, that sounds like a killer tour, man.
Yeah, man.
Is there any chance of us seeing you over in Europe at any time with this lineup, do you think, John?
Yeah, we're setting it up now for like November, I think.
Really?
Yeah. So I think you're in the UK, right?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, because I just played in Leeds, and then, so yeah, I mean, the UK shit is booming right now. It's like, it's like it was back in the 80s, so.
Yeah, it seems to be getting a lot more. I mean, with the UK, we've got sort of like, because we're pretty close to Europe, and even with all this Brexit stuff, there's a lot of travelling going around. So there's a lot of young kids from sort of like Eastern Europe, places like that are coming to cities like London for the first time, and it's the first taste of them getting sort of like, you know, the pure fucking old school stuff, and they seem to be digging it.
Man, I was surprised because we played this Outbreak Festival. I was surprised, like, you know, at how many people were from other parts of Europe that were coming up to me from Italy and Spain and fucking Prague, and I was like, wow, you know, shit.
Yeah, we've been waiting for it, man. I understand the album was due out a little while ago, but there were some problems. Can you give us a worldwide release date on it, or Metal Blade just putting it out?
July 14th.
July 14th, and that's worldwide, is it, John?
It wasn't a problem. It was just like schedules had to clear up. Like Joey. I mean, this is the main project for everybody, but there was some things we needed to work on with the artwork and making sure, you know, we wanted to make, you know, the everything on this record. We spent a year making the record, so we wanted the artwork, the packaging, the lyric layout, everything to just be, you know, top notch. And then we were looking at like release dates, you know, when to do it so that everybody else's, you know, everybody's schedule cleared up. This is the priority band. Everybody in this band, this is, you know, that's the one prerequisite I had.
Right.
If you're going to join this band, because Phil played with us a little bit, Caivano, and then he was going to decided he was going to do another Monster Magnet record, and then like, you know, the scheduling tours were conflicting, so we were like, hey, you know, we need to get a full-time bass player that's going to be in this band heart and soul, and not like, you know, we have to dance around some other band's schedule. I didn't want a bunch of hired guns that play with 10 different other bands, and I gotta, you know, so you know, between the artwork and then people's, you know, scheduling, and then when is the best time to tour in the States, and we wanted to do something big, and Negative Approach said that they had their shit coming up, so you know what, we decided it'd be better to hold off a little while and make the release in July, and the label thought it was a good idea too, and it gave them a couple of more months to do press, which is turning out to be a good thing. So
good stuff. So what's happening with you then, John? I mean, can you give us an update on what's actually happening with the CroMags at the moment?
You know, we do some shows here and there. You know, we do some festivals. It's hey, it's all about the positive vibes and going out. You know, fans love the music. We play the stuff we wrote. I'm the original singer, despite whatever the fuck's being talked. I was in the band. I started that band in '81, you know, with Harley, and you know, and now we just do the shit to you know, to have some fun, you know, and that's about it. That's all I'm gonna say on that subject matter. And you know, I think we just did Graz Rock and a couple other things. I mean, AJ's been in the band since like '92. Right. And Mackey's the original, you know, played on Age of Quarrel. And Craig fills in from Sick of It All. And if he's busy, we use Casey, who's in the band with the guys from Rancid. So, you know, it's just... we go out there, we have fun. There's never no beef. All the shows, we just did a run in the South and a run all of California. All the shows were sold out. We're going to play Canada. All the shows are selling out. So, you know, it's all about a positive mental attitude, and we don't talk no shit online. We don't, you know, that shit's fucking kiddie shit. And, you know, I think that's the thing that confuses a lot of people, because you don't actually speak about it. The press just goes really crazy about all. You know why? Because I wrote the truth in my book. The reason that dude's not in the band, which he asked 8 million times to come back to the band. Number one, you know, I don't read science fiction, so the shit they asked me, did I read his book? No, because the shit's a bunch of lies. First of all. Second of all, '87, we went on tour. He stole all the money from the European tour, and I had to go back on Christmas and be fucking homeless because he stole all the tour money with Doug Holland.
Oh, fuck,
okay,
man.
I come back to the band, he robs all the fucking money from the tour, fucking God knows how many tens and thousands of dollars. I was promised a certain amount, which was over $4,000, and I received $700 for doing 42 fucking shows. Okay?
Shit,
then he robbed fucking Century Media bank account money.
Right.
Okay? I continued on to fulfill my obligations and get out of the contract. That's when he snitched on me to the government, and he ratted me out to the cops and tried to put me in federal prison. When does a snitch get a fucking pass? When does a snitch in fucking punk rock and hardcore who fucking snitched several times on people get a fucking pass? You don't. And then I forgave him for all that, tried to put the band back in 2000. He comes back for a few shows with a premeditated plan to fuck me over, okay? And then pulls a whole bunch of bullshit at this festival, and the fans were going to storm the stage and fuck us up. And like fucking 1,000 motherfuckers. And the police, state troopers, had to come on stage with batons and shields because this dude was calling people faggots. And this is a dude who had swastika tattoos and used to beat up gay people, what he called fag bashing, and was on the cover of fucking gay magazines warning people to beware of this skinhead. So this is, and then he puts out this book talking a bunch of bullshit fucking lies about how we betrayed him. Get the fuck out of here. You fucking did so much grimy shit. That's why he got knocked out in CBGBs with one shot by me. And you know what he said afterwards?
Go on.
I deserved it, and I deserved a lot worse for what I did to you. That was the last true words that came out of that motherfucker's mouth toward me. And then all the fans at that festival, Hellfest with Hatebreed, came up and were like, dude, you don't need that dude. He's a negative fucking motherfucker. Just go on without him. Everyone will still come and support what you guys are doing. You're the fucking positive ones. And on the way back, he quit the fucking band, and we continued on. And we don't even play that much. Look, he talks shit. I do this shit for the money. I got $200,000 advance for my last book, Meat is for Pussies. I make fucking money as a writer. I write my books, not somebody else. I don't have ghostwriters. But you know what? I don't do this shit for the money. I do this shit for the positive vibes. That's what's up. If you want to believe a bunch of bullshit from a snitch, a thief, and a liar, then go ahead. I don't really give a fuck, because that shit don't mean nothing to me. That's why I don't respond on social media to none of his shit. And all the tough guy bullshit, that's all bullshit too. That dude knows what the fuck will happen. He just... Listen, empty barrels make the most noise, okay? The motherfuckers, I hang out with dudes that fight in the UFC, MMA. My friends are fucking SEALs and Green Berets. Do you think they walk around talking about fighting and how tough they are? Like, dude, that shit's smoke and mirrors. Fucking, you know what KRS One said? Real bad boys move in silence. Okay, they don't need to go fucking posting everywhere how tough they are and I choked this dude out and blah 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 blah. It's all fucking gum flapping bullshit. That's why I don't respond to it. He's an immature kid that's a narcissist that nobody wants to really be around. And you know what? After he burns these next motherfuckers that he's playing with, he's going to end up by himself again, because it's a matter of time before it happens. That's why Paris quit. He was stealing all the money from the tour from Paris, going under his fucking bed, and then starts a fight with Earth Crisis and runs away and leaves Paris to get put in the fucking hospital in the ICU in fucking Eastern Europe. So this is the tough guy that talks all the bullshit.
That's fucking bullshit,
that's all I'm going to say on that. That's why I don't respond to that bullshit. I challenged him offline, okay? I'll meet you on the motherfucking East River in a secluded spot. Don't bring no weapons, and me and you will fucking have it out, and we'll see who walks off the East River, okay? We'll see who walks off. I'm still waiting for that fucking phone call. Let's just say that.
I think you'll be waiting a long time, John, by the sounds of it.
Hey, man, I don't talk no bullshit, dude. I've been fighting my whole life. I trained boxing, martial arts, the whole shit. And Street Fighter. I had to protect that motherfucker because so many people wanted to kick his fucking ass. He had a contract put out on him by the gays, okay, back in the day, and the Hitman, who I fought, was the only one on the New York hardcore scene that would fight the fucking Hitman. I fought them with a chain and got stabbed in the shoulder, but they gave me respect. That's what you learn. I was locked up. I know. You don't fucking let motherfuckers walk on you. Even if you catch a beating, you get respect because you fought. And they came to me with his picture and said, yo, there's a contract on him. Okay? We've been paid. The only reason we're doing this is because we have respect for you. You tell that motherfucker to chill out. If he touches another gay person, we're taking the contract. That's when Harley grew out his hair and stopped wearing skinhead shit and wearing sneakers and all that shit.
Right.
So, dude, man, listen, people can say any fucking thing they want on the internet now, and there's going to be a small percentage of fucking idiots that believe that shit. You talk to anybody else that was in the band on the same situations of what he wrote in his book, you're going to get a completely different story.
Yeah.
He blamed Doug for stealing the fucking money in Paris that time when we played with Motorhead. Doug went online and was like, that's bullshit, Harley. You took all the fucking money, blah, 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 blah. So, you know, anyway, that's all. That's the end of that.
I mean, it's hard listening to it from an outsider. I mean, I grew up a big CroMags fan. I remember seeing you guys when you first come over to the UK in '86 when you played the Clarendon. I don't know if you remember that.
That was '86.
'86, yeah.
That's the tour he stole the fucking money. I remember that show.
Yeah, that was a fucking really good show. And
what was that, with Motorhead?
No, you were headlining. It was upstairs at the Clarendon. I think it was the first.
Yeah. I remember the Clarendon, man. I always. Well, see, that's the difference. See, that I don't air out the dirty laundry, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't talk shit. Everybody knows the deal, and you know what? Everybody knows the deal, and that's why our shows sell out. Okay, the show in Leeds, they were going crazy. Grazak, whatever. Listen, if you want to come and see the original fucking singer who sang on Age of Quarrel, even the demo, everything, then and the drummer that played on it, that's I don't care if you want to go see him sing. He's not the singer of the band. He's a fucking bass player and he tries to sing, but whatever.
That's the thing. I mean, he's over here at the moment. I think he's playing in London. I think tomorrow. I think he's doing a few dates over here. But
God bless him, man. You know what? I wish him all the best. I don't have no hard feelings, but if motherfucker comes within 5 feet of me, you're gonna hear what the fucking real deal is. I don't, that's how I roll, man. I roll peaceful, PMA, but don't bring no shit to my doorstep. That's all I got to say.
That's cool, man.
And if fans, I grew up on the fucking streets. The shit I wrote about is the truth, all right? Like, I grew up, I went to fucking jail, like the whole fucking nine, man. It ain't no smoke and mirrors on this end, man, and I don't talk no shit. If people want to go sing, if people want to go see the bass player of the CroMags try to sing them fucking songs, or want to hear best wishes, hey, man, go ahead, bro. You're like, I don't give a fuck. Like, go ahead and spend your money. Whatever. I could give a fuck less, Let's get back to Bloodclot, because that's,
Yeah. I mean, the thing that most people have been asking me was sort of like, with this Bloodclot thing, does that mean the end of the CroMags? So that seemed to be the big worry.
It don't mean the end of the CroMags. We'll still play shows, but listen, I don't run the shit into the ground. We come to Europe, play some shows maybe once or twice a year, and we just toured. We just did 7 or 8 dates in the West Coast. And the last time we were there was 2 years ago. We don't run it into the ground between, I'm writing a film, I got 2 more books coming out, I'm training for Ironmans. Like, it's, I'm not, like, the CroMags shit is not my main thing. As a matter of fact, even, like, at one point, I think, like, 4 of our shows in a row were benefits, and this dude was going online saying we're just doing it to make fucking money,
Yeah.
I offered several years ago a lot of money to come over there and do festivals with that dude, and I turned it down. So if I was doing it for the money, wouldn't you think I'd fucking go get that dude back. And it ain't about the money. It's about traveling with people who are family and have good vibes and good intentions, not backstabbers. You know?
Because I mean, I've heard a lot of, I've been reading a lot of stuff that you're actually getting more into writing. I've been hearing about this film. I haven't really heard that much about it. I know it's something to do with 1977. Is it to do with the punk years or New York in 77?
Well, it's based on my book, which I just re-released into the second edition, the Evolution of a Cro-Magnon, and it's based. It's an adaptation of that book for film. And actually, I've been writing since '89. I started studying with Robert McKee, the guy who's like this really famous screenwriting teacher in LA, story development teacher, and you know, I've been writing 2 decades, man. So you know, I got a few scripts. I just wrote 2 TV pilots. You know, and I got Howie Tannenbaum as an agent for who represents Vince Gilligan, who did fucking Breaking Bad. So I'm in pretty good company, and you know, it's that's what I do. I enjoy writing. I get up early and I work on my film every day. You know, I put hours into it. You can't say you're a writer if you don't write. You know,
of course.
Yeah.
Do you see that taking over more from the Iron Man type of thing now, John? I mean, the training that you guys have to do. I've got a friend who does Iron Man stuff, and the training that he has to put in, I mean, that can't get any easier as the years go by. Do you see that slackening off a little bit and moving more into the writing, or do you still want to go at both?
I do it all, man. Why does, you know, it's you know, I'm out on tour and I'm fucking running and trying to get to a gym and seeing, you know, if I could grab a pool swim. I mean, you know, it's listen, fitness is part of my life, just like PMA and my meditation and mindfulness and eating right and everything. It's a lifestyle, like, you know.
No, I hear what you're saying.
I gotta step it up. Like, I'm 3 weeks out from the Ironman, so I'm right after I get done with these interviews, I'm headed out to ride 40, and then I'm riding over 100 miles tomorrow. So you know, you gotta step it up, but it's an intricate balance of all these different things that I'm doing, and you know, I don't you know, I like racing, I like training, I like go out and feed the homeless. I'm going to speak at a high school later today. I speak at prisons for kids to help them, you know, kids and adults, and feed the homeless. You know, I just try to fill my life with positive stuff and keep the glass full with positive shit, so I don't fall into the negative shit, talking shit. You know what I'm saying?
I hear exactly what you're saying, man. There's one thing I wanted to ask you. I know you're obviously still well tight with all the Bad Brains guys. I just wondered if you could give us a bit of an update on Dr. No. Have you spoken to him recently?
I spoke to him a few weeks ago. He's doing really well. He's healing up. You know, HR's doing well. I think they're playing some shows in September, like Riot Fest in Chicago, and I wish them all the best, man. Yeah. You know, they were part of my journey, and honestly, if I didn't meet them cats, I wouldn't even be doing what I'm doing. The CroMags never would have fucking made the album we did, because, like, you know, Mackie, I was Earl's drum tech in early '81 and all that. Mackie used to sit there watching Earl. I would watch HR. You know, Harley would watch fucking, you know, Daryl and fucking Kevin, whatever, watch fucking Doc. It's like, you know, those guys were influential to so many people, man, and I wish them all the best, and to get the success that's due to them. I mean, they're like legends in the underground shit. Any band you talk to that's huge, whether it's Dave Grohl, Foo Fighters, fucking, you know, Chili Peppers, anybody, they just bow down to respect. Fishbone, to the fucking Bad Brains, Metallica. Everybody fucking recognizes them cats for who they are.
Yeah, I think that's what says it all, isn't it? When it's a band for bands, you know what I mean? When bands can actually look at a band and sort of like, I mean, you get these metal bands giving it the big one, and some of these hardcore bands, but Bad Brains are the real deal. You know what I mean? There's no denying that.
And Listen, man, I was there. I seen it. I saw them in like April of 1980 when I was in the Navy. They fucking blew away the Taj Mahal. Fucking. I mean, I saw all the bands in the 70s, Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, The Who, all that shit when I was 14, 15 years old. And I'm telling you right now, none of them bands could shine the Bad Brains fucking shoes, man. I mean, I love all them bands still.
Yeah.
But for me, like with the punk shit and the attitude and the message behind it, fuck. There ain't nobody that could touch them dudes. Nobody could ever fucking touch HR when he was at his prime. There's not a front man on the fucking planet that could even come close to him.
No, I remember those fucking backflips and shit like that. You just never saw that before, you know what I mean?
And on the last note to act the movies perfectly, like, you know, it was, you know, like the first time I saw them, it was fucking a life-altering experience. So they're doing, you know, they're getting it together, and, you know, I only have good wishes for them and anybody. I'm not an ill wisher on anybody. I don't sit there trying to cast spells on motherfuckers like some other people and shit, thinking there's some kind of magicians and shit, and all that shit ends up just backfiring on people. So you know what? Be a well-wisher for everybody. That's what my guru, Srila Prabhupada, said. Always wish the best, even for your so-called enemies, who I have no enemies. To me, I have no enemies. Whether you consider me your enemy or not, I could give a fuck less. Like I said, I walk the peaceful path, but, you know, there's a certain area that if you step inside my comfort zone and start some shit, then you're going to see another side of me you're not going to like, you know, and that's how I roll, man. I look to always have fun and be positive and help people and do good acts in the world, and that's how I'm rolling, and that's why I don't talk no shit, and that's why, you know, we went and made the Bloodclot record, which, you know, to me, I'm very happy with this record, man. I think we made a good record, you know.
Yeah, so, I mean, we've been living with it for quite a while, and it's one of the best hardcore records I've certainly heard in probably about the last 10 years, to be honest with you. It's really, really good, and I know that everyone who I know's heard it has said the same sort of thing, you know.
Thank you, man. Well, you know, it's not a hack job. We spent the year making that record, man. So, you know, that's we're very excited about Up in Arms. We're ready to get out there and tour the shit out of it. And, you know, that's, we'll see everybody, you know, I'll see everybody in November.
Okay, I was just going to ask, sort of like, you know, just before I let you go, I was just going to say, have you got any message for your UK fans? But you're definitely going to be coming over and seeing us in person then, yeah?
Yeah, I think we got some CroMags shows in November too, and then we do, like, I don't know, we're doing like 10 really select shows with Bloodclot in November, and then I guess we'll be back 2018 to do festivals and whatever the hell, you know. It's going to be a busy time, so.
Okay then, John. Well, listen, it's been a real pleasure. I really want to thank you for your time, and and congratulations on a great sounding record. We really hope it works for you, buddy, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Okay, take care, John.
You too, buddy.
Bye now.